Right, guys, I forgot to play the intro, but right now you're getting the intro. Well. I know right now people are like, Eric, you're on at 3 o'clock Pacific time right now? Well, guys, I was soccer mom today. I had to take a bunch of girls to go to volleyball camp. It was my turn, so like a soccer parent, get in the car, kids. Let's go. Guys, we got a lot of things real quick. A lot of things, and we'll get right into the Sea World. We got some cool things. Tonight, I'm actually probably going to be doing a live show on the Horror Talk channel, not this channel. Right now, I'm playing on Gypsy Road and Horror Talk, but tonight I'm going to be doing a movie review of Old. I'm checking it out at 7 o'clock. I'll give you guys my thoughts. Anybody knows me, I'll give you my true thoughts. I like M. Night Shyamalan. Some of his movies might be a little miss, but more or less, he does good work. And with his movies, it's more of, did the twist pull it off?
Right.
Because most of his movies ends on that twist. Did it work? The Happening, it didn't work. A lot of his movies, it did work. The movie The Visit was good, but I thought the ending to that was a little predictable because I already said during the movie, oh, those are nutheads from that place. They killed the originals. And, of course, it ended up that way. But I'm excited to see it. And, guys, this is exciting. All of you who's watching this will be watching this later, tonight, tomorrow, doesn't matter. We all fight. We all want messages to get out there. Everybody does. Doesn't matter if you're doing Bigfoot, paranormal, Mandela effects, doesn't matter. You always want your message to get out there. And one of the hardest places to get your messages across are news channels, are newspapers. And when somebody gets themselves on a newspaper and on the front page, that's something special. And I got a clip here from this guy sitting right beneath me, Bigfoot beneath what got on a front page of a newspaper. Now, this clip is only a minute long. Before I press play, do you want to say anything before I play this clip?
Yeah. Usually the sound is a little bit low, so I'll just explain it anyway. I'm on the front page of the Brunswick Post, which is awesome. It's my local newspaper back home in Ohio. And I recently had an interview with one of their reporters, and then they turned it into a pretty good article. They talked about how I wrote 3 books and then moved across America and have been hunting down cryptid creatures and going fishing in some of the strangest waters in America. So it was definitely an honor when I woke up this morning and I saw it was on the front page, and I've been getting messages all day, and it's very cool. And my mom's going out to eat tonight on a boat with my grandparents on the Gulf of Mexico, so it's perfect with the sea creatures, and I know they'll be talking about that over dinner. But I hope a couple of my teachers and a lot of my haters and some of the naysayers just read the article. I'm just a hardworking MFer that is into tons of interesting crap. So it's an awesome, little accolade.
That's not easy, man.
Into.
That's not easy. I mean, I've tried to reach out news channels, newspaper, and say, hey, just talk to me. I'll be honest with you what I think of the paranormal and all this. It's not easy. But I do have a question. I'm looking at this picture, and I'm trying to understand. They have you next to Jason Voorhees' hockey mask, okay? What's with the hockey mask in the Bigfoot paranormal kind of a thing? What was the thought process of them putting you next to a hockey mask?
Yeah, they got a few pictures of me. The next picture is me in a Bigfoot shirt at the Florida Bigfoot Conference. But this is just a great paranormal, eye candy. You just see Jason Voorhees eyeing you up. And that's actually at the Nuke Silos here in Mariana, which is a super spooky spot. And you guys seen it on my TikTok and YouTube over the weeks. But yeah, it's really funny. My eyes are closed and I'm looking goofy, and my mom took the picture. So it's all in-house, and it's very, very cool. And,
it is cool.
What an honor, man.
It is cool.
Brunswick Post. And what's pretty funny is I actually reached out to them trying to get a job when I graduated high school, because I've always been a writer and I was a sports reporter. So I've sent them the samples of my writing back in the day, and me and the reporter had a couple laughs about that. And I talked about how I had a picture in graduation in the Post, and it's just wild. The cycle of life, and hopefully then it's the Gazette and the Plain Dealer and the New York Times. I've already been on Coast to Coast and a couple UK news articles that I'm going to go through about the Bigfoot bone. But yeah, man, I'm just going to keep the ball rolling, and it's just really cool. It's for the ones that are on the fence. We're already neck deep in the swamp over here, but some people, they're on the verge. So I know the masses got to see that on this Thursday. So it's just something cool to talk about. And I'm definitely going to get it printed and, framed, and maybe give a copy to my mom. It'll be awesome.
No, it's cool. And because a lot of ways, I use Jason footages in my intros, my intro showing the lightning striking, bringing Jason back from the dead and all that. So no, I love that. And Hobbs off for the summer, so he gets to watch the whole show. Hobbs is a supporter of the channel. He actually joined the Gypsy Road family. He actually joined. He's like he's the Patreon version of what YouTube does, and I appreciate that, Hobbs. Appreciate you trading to the channel, and I'm glad to see you here. And then actually, let's play this clip real quick. Let's see what it. Like I said, you said the volume might be low, but guys, this is fantastic. I mean, I just had to play this.
Hey y'all, it's Connor from Bigfoot Anonymous. Today is a huge day. I'm on the front page of the local newspaper, the Brunswick Post.
And you guys hear that? Front page. He's not in the last page, not in like the corner page of the lost classified section or not, where people pass over. He's actually on the front page. This is great for everybody. This is great for paranormal, Bigfoot, any phenomenon that's out there. This is fantastic. Front page, people.
Newspaper that I grew up trying to get a job for. Brunswick grad authors 3 books on the paranormal. 4th one's on the way. And if you click it, it takes you to a picture of me and Cameron. That's pretty wild.
What I like about this picture is your buddy looks like he's staring at something where he's almost scared of something's going to jump out at him.
Oh, yeah, he's scared of Bigfoot right behind him, man. Cameron is so funny. He's a little leprechaun, man, and he actually got some grade A footage from our expedition with Tim T in Florida, whose comment just popped up down there briefly. He took us out. He let us stay in his house for the weekend, and then led us on an expedition where we found Bigfoot tracks, structures, and we recorded strange sounds. And he's about to drop a breakdown of this weird black mass that we've actually captured. I've showed it on the Gypsy Road show. I see hair and then the gray skin with the sun coming off of it. But yeah, Tristan and Cameron from Hidden Relief, man, they are doing great things. Tristan's an artist. Cameron's a mechanic. He just goes full speed. He's like a little leprechaun, man, and he embraces it. It's very cool. They have special energy, and I interviewed them, and Tristan was on your show about the Jason movies, and then also about the Matrix. But yeah, man, it's all in the family, and it's very cool. And that's sure it's good luck for Cameron, because he was actually in a different news article just from the Florida Bigfoot conference. They took a picture of him, so he's on fire, man. Keep it going.
Let's check it out.
Conference with our Bigfoot Anonymous shirts, and then it follows on the next page. Right there. That's awesome. Emily Canning Dean was the reporter that interviewed me about it. Very cool experience. Can't wait to read it now. Look at that though. I just got a text from my mom saying, "You gotta be kidding me." Maybe she'll check out my work now. Come on, Mom. Read the papers. They're telling the truth.
Yeah, my mom's a big fan of like Finding Bigfoot and Expedition Bigfoot. And I'm like, yo, you should check out Me and My Friends. Like, that should be all you're watching if you're into Sasquatch. But, I'm just happy she's even into the field. And she's really into fishing, just like Tim T. Could you put that comment back down under so I could read that? I didn't get to read it. I just got to.
What one is it? Who's it from?
Tim T in Florida. You popped it up just for a brief second. Yeah, Connor made a couple videos on the way to the Bigfoot conference. Yes, I also did. I stopped at the Jeepers Creepers filming location, the diner, and the jail. And then we also stopped at the Devil's Millhopper Geological State Park in Gainesville. It's the entrance to hell. It's a giant sinkhole that has a bunch of animal bones in it. Very, very trippy place. Oh, Chris Hurley's here too. The Walking Legend. His favorite movie is when Jason takes Manhattan and Jason goes to hell.
Me and Chris we're gonna have to talk about his list. Okay, we're gonna have to talk about his list. Okay, now everybody knows my favorite Friday 13th Part 2, Part 1, and Part 6 are my 3 favorite. Love those. Jason Manhattan is probably, and Jason Goes to Hell is the worst one for me. The worst. Jason Takes Manhattan was a ripoff because he was only in New York for like 10 minutes. Most of it was on a goddamn ship. Pissed me off. Jason X, guilty pleasure. I like that one.
I love
Very guilty pleasure. Fuck it. Put Jason in space. Who cares? Let's do it. So, but we want to have to talk on how Manhattan and Jason Goes to Hell is your top 2. They can't be your top 2 favorites. No way. Because come on, man. Jason Goes to Hell was like, he's a fucking little worm that just went into a body.
Hey, man, Jason comes in many forms.
I'm joking. Listen, everybody has different tastes in movies. Everybody does. I know a lot of people who liked the second movie to that Maze movie. What's it called? Maze Runner. Or the one I saw last weekend. Escape Room. I'm sorry. Escape Room. A lot of people liked it. I didn't like the second one. I thought it was cheesy. I thought it wasn't scary enough. But I know a lot of people that loved it. Hey, doesn't matter. You like it. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter. We all have different tastes. I think Bigfoot's optimism and positive energy is infectious and inspiring. And Hobbs, I was going to bring that up. Because it's easy for all of us to say we need to get the word out. And to get the word out about whatever you believe in. It doesn't matter, paranormal, Bigfoots, UFOs, whatever you believe in. And there's a way of getting it out. If I just walk up to somebody and say, hey, do you believe in UFOs? They're probably going to look at you like, get the fuck out of here. But when Connor comes up, he's got that energy. He's got that like he just want to have a good time. He reminds me like a modern day Diamond Dave, like a David Lee Roth, Diamond Dave, just a lot of energy, a lot of flow. And sometimes because of that energy flow, he might get answers that some of us won't. And Hobbs, you're 100% correct. I mean, and it doesn't matter if it's not New York Times and all that. You put yourself on any kind of newspaper and it gets out there. Newspapers get out there. Big newspapers sometimes get their stories from little papers. And I'll tell you how important it is for him getting on a newspaper. I have a sister-in-law who was for the last 10 years was for a newspaper company. What do you call the people who do the corrections and make decisions?
An editor.
An editor. I'm sorry, people. An editor. And I couldn't even get on her newspaper.
Yeah.
I was too crazy to get on her newspaper. So what he did was awesome. It's
a cool redemption for me too, because in high school I was the head sports editor for my school newspaper, the Devilier. And then I was also a professional mixed martial arts writer. Me and my partner, Danny Pouts, we were in FP MMA. We just drove around all the way to Chicago and back and just covered underground fighting. And we were on the come up of like the UFC and stuff. And we wrote for all these magazines and websites. And then we would go to class and reuse our frickin' our articles. And then, which was cool. There are articles. I'm allowed to do what I want with my writing. But one of Danny's articles mentioned alcohol. And it was about the drunken fans enjoying the night. And that had a lot to do with the story because it had a lot to do with the atmosphere. And then they thought we were promoting underage drinking. I didn't even drink at that point. They tried to put me up for expulsion, and then they demoted me on the staff, and I was fine with that. It was less work for me. But it's kind of cool that censorship took me down, and then now I get to be with a bigger and better paper, and it's just on to the next. I'm really looking forward just to what happens next, just like you said. Hopefully some other paranormal sites see this newspaper article, because even take me out of it. Yeah, it is the paranormal on the front page. Like, what's up, Zach Baggins? Come on, Bobo. What's up?
You're building
last week. Come on front page.
Well, you're building. I forgot the word. You're building where, if you're trying to go on something else, hey, I had this channel. I was on the newspaper here. I was on the front page. It all helps. Every little bit helps. The Cube got better each film. The Cube is a great movie.
1 and 2 are crazy. I don't know if I saw the third one, and I know it gets crazy with that one.
All the clues that are in it. When we see here, part 2 scared the shit out of me. I had to walk home in the road rather than the pavement after I walked my girlfriend home. BW, I'm still with her. Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, the reason I like part 2, because one of my favorite scenes is the campground scene. Just listen to the guy telling the story of Jason. With I love that kind of stuff, because that's real life. Telling stories about Jason and not knowing that the story he really is telling is actually true. So that's what was so cool about that scene. Let's see here. Hey, True Friday 30, part 2, part 1. That's honest. That's honest with you. Well, part one, I mean, nobody saw the woman killing at the end. Nobody did. Let's be honest. It wasn't Jason. It was Mrs. Voorhees. That was cool of a twist that you saw a woman doing the killing. That's what's special about the first one is right off the bat, they changed the normal. We don't have to have men keep killing. Let's make her kill people. And that was cool. And then let's see here. Tim T in Florida. Connor is a movie too. He's in a movie too. Zellafoot. Yes, he is.
And that's cool, because it's a mixture between the sea creatures, Bigfoot, Godzilla, and other kaiju monsters. It's right here. Just came out on Blu-ray a couple weeks ago, and I basically play myself. I'm a cryptid research officer, and then I tell the military, I go down in the bunker and warn them of this impending doom coming from the sky and in the sea, and there's monsters that come out, and Bigfoot, Zillafoot, and these alien creatures battle these giant tarantula beasts, and pretty much everybody dies, but hopefully I make it to the sequel. You can see the poster right here in the background. It's up there with Creature from the Black Lagoon. It is so bad, it's good. And I'm very proud of my parts.
And guys, we're about to get into shark stuff, but if anybody who's been watching the show knows, most of the time before a franchise type of a show, I always like to have fun and do a music video of these. And you could go to the Horror Talk channel. That's where it's at. Or on my Gypsy Road channel, if you go to the community board, there's my music video of David Lee Roth, Hammerhead Shark. I thought Hammerhead Shark was a great title song to do this. And if you like music videos, this is pure Sharknado. Pure Sharknado. I just put all the blood in it. All the blood cuts, flying sharks, big sharks. And it's so fun. So if you guys want to, you guys should check that out. It's a great, fun little music video. I try to do one for every show, just kind of like a preview with the music and every clip from the movies I'm going to show. But on this one, I decided to do the all Sharknado, even though we're going to talk more than just Sharknado. So
there's enough kills in all the movies, and your music video is banned in multiple countries because the carnage is so bad. So guys, watch out for storm season. I know the hurricanes are coming to the border here soon.
I guess sharks is too bloody and too scary. I'm surprised they haven't forced the video down, because I know they allow a certain amount of blood, but every scene I put in there, somebody's dying. But that's Sharknado. Now, guys, if you guys never seen Sharknado, okay, for older people, you might know Plan 9 from Outer Space, Ed Wood movies. Ed Wood is considered like the worst director of all time, where he just put clips together and, made a movie. One shot, that's it, and you could tell when you watch those kind of movies. Sharknado is like, there's like no budget. They're like, fucking go for it. You want to create some kind of tornado with sharks in it flying around? You got no budget, but do it. So you got an actor named Ian that's from 90210, right? He's from 90210. Some actors ain't gonna make it on bigger screens. You know, some actors just won't. You know, I mean, not even the cool kid, Dylan character didn't really make it in the movies, except his one movie did good was Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Actually, the movie itself was actually good. I like the movie better than the show. So Ian's like, he knows he's not going to be a big, huge star. He's like, fuck it, let's do this, because he's producer on it. He's not just an actor. He's actually a producer of every Sharknado. He's like, let's just go balls out, go fucking crazy, and just do it. And
you might as well. You have flying sharks, you know, and then they pick up like other pop culture icons like Tara Reid, Chris Jericho, David Hasselhoff. They always have someone that is just going to get killed or wield a shotgun going through the crazy mist of the storm. And yeah, it's always a fun time. And then watching it live, like premiering, back in the day on Sci-Fi used to be very cool. That's up there with, you know, watching High School Musical on freaking Disney when it premiered. Like the world flipped upside down. The firmament was, oh man, it was spilling.
I just want to show how crazy this movie is. Let me just show you guys this one scene. Hopefully they don't take us off from one scene. But watch how crazy this movie is. Oh, let me go back it up a little bit.
Yup.
Let me just back it up a little bit. Okay. Look how cool he is.
It's pretty good graphics, I'd say, man. That kind of reminds me of Iron Sky, the video and movie when they have the Nazis on the dark side of the moon, and then they come and take over Earth and Middle Earth in the second movie, The Coming Race. It's up there with that. And like you said, Planet Terror, and also like Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
You probably have fun when you have sci-fi, you know, and then when it's crazy carnage, you can also get away with it when it's funny.
Yeah, that scene is actually in Sharknado 2 when they went to New York. But I just love it because it's just like, not just kill the shark. He has to get on his back and have it in the air. And somehow, magically, the shark goes right between.
Yeah.
And it's just perfect. It's just awesome. If you're watching Sharknado, guys, trust me, it's the whole movie's bullshit, okay? Okay, tornadoes picking up sharks flying through the air, but it's so funny, it's hilarious, and somehow in the first Sharknado in LA, where you're supposed to have all these firemen, all these professionals that's supposed to protect the whole, protect the United States, protect the cities, a bar owner and a bunch of bar workers, they make their own bombs to drop it into a tornado. To stop the tornado. It's like, wow, I wonder why that was never thought about before with professionals. I mean, it's just like.
Remember when Trump said that he was going to bomb the hurricanes, though, and make them go the other way? I always thought that was, like, really funny. But I think there's something to it, honestly. He's probably saying that there's weather manipulation, so he's going to bomb the weather manipulation and, disperse from it. That'd be something we would have to ask your brother about.
It's just like. It's just so, the movie's so crazy. And look, there's a scene in space, a shark in space. I mean,
yeah, guys, shark in space and in people's houses and stuff. You're never safe, man.
No, it's not. And they get, and the thing is, they get so creative in every movie. I mean, there's that scene in the second one when they're on that New York train, and then there's a shark flying into the train. Or they're in a movie theater. One guy's in a movie theater watching like a 3D fish, and one of the fishes goes through the screen and starts eating them.
Wow. And
like you said, and they kill professional people. They killed the sidekick, David Letterman's musical guy. Bret Michaels died in one of the Sharknado
Yeah,
movies.
I remember Bret Michaels being in it.
I think he's the one in London, and he gets killed. I mean, it's like these actors, big time actors, like, oh, I'll be in Sharknado. You could kill me in it.
Definitely, it's on my bucket list. Hopefully, I'm on like Sharknado 11. I think they're on like 7 or 8. So maybe
I think they've done
a few of them.
I think they've done 6 of them.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll be on like 9 then. You know, they can see my work in Zillafoot and they can bring me over and I'll just get taken by a hammerhead, man. That would be very cool. There's a lot of hammerhead sightings here in Panama City. There's a couple videos that have been circulating online of these girls just laying in the water and this giant hammerhead's like circling them and they have no clue. And my mom and my stepfather, you know, her fiance, they had an encounter with a hammerhead on Sunnyside Beach right outside of Panama. And I want to see one up close. I've seen some big sharks while fishing out offshore, but not while I'm in the surf.
And I do want to thank Chris for saying Sharkhead Hammer video was awesome. That was off the chain. I love the video because it was like a hard rock and roll. Exactly. But guys, funny, Chris. It's funny, Chris. I posted it on my Reddit. I had to delete this one guy. He goes, dude, your title says Hammerhead Shark, and all those sharks, I only saw maybe 1 or 2 hammerheads in the whole movie. Like, dude, it's just a song that had a shark word in it. You can't find a song to exactly pinpoint every scene you're gonna put in the goddamn music video. Just shut up. It's like not enough hammerhead sharks in it. Okay, I'm sorry. And then another guy goes, the song's not even about sharks like that. Like, dude, get a fucking life.
Right. The fact that you found a song called Hammerhead Shark and that you liked it and then it connected, that's stars aligning. But yeah, people can't see it if it's right in front of them.
Well, it's just like last week I did the one about spiders. And I did No Doubt, the song called Spiderweb. Okay, I'm sure the song is not about big spiders eating people. But,
it worked.
I'm sorry. We see here, Hobbs. Sharknado movies are cool because the makers understand their place in the movie business. And that's exactly, Hobbs. That's exactly what I said before. It's like I said about Zillafoot before. You kind of know what kind of movie you got. And if you know what kind of movie you got, you just go with it. It's when people try to make like certain dramas out of something that it's not. If you don't got a high budget, you're going to see glitz in the movies. Then go with it. Have fun with it. Go a little crazy. Dude, there's a fan base for everything out there. I'm sure
100%.
some people didn't like Sharknado because it didn't take sharks seriously. Okay, movie's not for you. And the thing is, not even a movie. It was made for Sci-Fi Channel. So it was actually a TV Sci-Fi Channel creation.
Right. Like a series back in the day, how they'd have the, like the Langalores, how it was always a 2-part series back in the day.
Did you ever see the cheap horror movie about them summoning a ghost shark with the curse of Ouija board? It's been rated one of the worst movies of all time. Huh. What's the name? Do you know the name of that movie? So there's a ghost shark with the cursed Ouija board. It's been rated as one of the worst movies of all time.
Wow.
The ghost shark with the Ouija board. Now that
sounds interesting.
That does,
kind of reminds me of this. House Shark. This is made by SRS Cinema. This person made Zillafoot too. But House Shark is so funny, and then shark with a chainsaw. You can literally see the guy's like legs in the suit, and he's got a chainsaw. So I've said it before, guys. Chase your dreams. I'm sure everybody has good ideas. Just push it forward. Make movies with your friends or talk to people that have connections. Write scripts. Write books. Make videos. Make documentaries. A Ouija shark, man. That's awesome. That is a 1.8 on IMDb. That movie is horrible, but look at it, man. It looks pretty good through the trailer. Just like great shots,
Oh, shit. Oh, man. That does look good. A group of teenage girls summons an ancient man-eating shark after messing with the spirit board that washes up on the beach. Kind of like little Jumanji.
Yeah.
A cult specialist must enter the shark's realm to rid this world of a deadly spirit ghost once and for all. Oh my God. I gotta watch it. I want to play the trailer, but last time we played some stuff doing a horror talk, the show itself got taken down. But I gotta check that out. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Fizzy Pop. This is why I love doing this, because people give us ideas about these movies. I took my son to the movie theaters one time to see what was also considered one of the worst movies of all time, called The Room.
Yep.
Tommy, I took my son to it, and the movie is so funny in a bad way that you can tell everything is a green screen. And when you watch that, there was a movie with they actually made that into a movie with
Seth Rogen and James Franco.
Yep. And where you learn that the part in the movie, Seth Rogen says, "You got the real building outside. No, it's not Hollywood. Got green screen." And I love that. And the movie, it's so stupid. It's so good because when he's like trying to make love to the woman, he's like aiming for the belly button and not the bottom.
It's authentic for the poor Tommy, man. It's a pretty bad movie, but it's worth watching one time. And then watch the Seth Rogen and James Franco rendition of it, because they're never gonna make movies again because they don't like each other.
Yeah, and it's hard to blame. I mean, we don't want to get into the whole thing about that. It's just because Frank got Franco's
on a bad list. He's done some bad.
His friend got nailed for being just
weird.
I mean, we don't know the truth, that he's an asshole to every woman he meets. That's all I'm going to say. And apparently there's so many of them that it probably hurt his chances of actually winning the Oscar, because he didn't even get nominated for Best Actor, but on the Golden Globes he wins. So they said because of what went on with all the people are saying that hurt him, he even get a nomination for. But we don't need to get into that.
Basically he had an acting school, and then he was putting girls in bad positions and taking advantage of them. And a lot of people felt very upset, which they should have. And James Franco is a weird MFer, and that's what Hollywood will do to you. So definitely see through a lot of that crap. So when they're trying to tell you guys how to live, say, heck no, you guys are just actors. You know,
a lot of them were boring basically in Hollywood, from the 100%. Beginning and up. That's why there's certain actors that I love, like Bill Murray, where he wasn't Hollywood. He's a Canadian boy, East Coast guy. He loves Chicago. He loves Chicago Cubs. He doesn't live in Hollywood. Then you got the typical Hollywood people that were like born and raised. They're Nickelodeon kids, Disney kids, and they're all fucked up once they become teenagers and older. Yep. Then you find out all these real stories behind the scenes, behind the stories. Look what this guy did. Look what that guy did. It's almost to a point where once you finish the movie, turn it off. Don't study it, because you're gonna find out something evil about the actors, directors, or everything. It gets too crazy. But beyond that, guys, there's a thing here that's been voted on. It's called Best C Horror Movies. Okay. And we're not gonna talk about like every single one, but maybe some of these you guys heard of, and maybe some of you guys haven't. And what's cool is number 29 on this list is the Kraken. Now, in Seattle, Kraken got Seattle got a hockey team, NHL team, and they did the first draft yesterday. So Kraken's got a hockey team now, got players. Now, if you ask me about these players, I don't know a damn thing about these players. But now, since we got a hockey team, now I get to learn about some of these players. So the show was inspired by Seattle getting a hockey team, and they named it the Kraken. I fucking love that name, Kraken. And when I pulled up this list, it knew, right?
Yep. Look, it meant to be.
First one, Kraken. Now this is called Kraken, Tentacles of the Deep. Never seen it, but apparently it was released in 2006.
I've never seen it either. It looks very cool. I've definitely gotten very drunk on Kraken and fell out of a car one time while it was moving. I was not driving. I was in the back. But yes, I'm super pumped about the Seattle Kraken too. The expansion draft just happened. It's an expansion team. The last expansion team in the NHL was the Golden Knights, and they went to the championship the first season. So let's see if we can have the Kraken versus either the Tampa Bay Lightning, which is a dope team down here, or the Columbus Blue Jackets. But I just want to show off real quick. I have the Calder Cup ring of when the Lake Erie Monsters won the championship in 2016. I was a huge fan, and I actually used to be a photographer for the Cleveland Indians, which is right next to where the Lake Erie Monsters and the Cavaliers play. So we were all a family. And, man, when they won the championship, it's minor league hockey, so it wasn't the greatest thing in the world. But it happened right before the Cleveland Cavaliers came back from a 3-1 championship, and we had a huge parade, and it was one of the biggest seasons ever. And the Cleveland curse was broken. So was there dark magic? We see all the crazy things that LeBron James does, the hand gestures and all his tattoos. Does he have secret powers? I think so. I was just telling the reporter that for the Post earlier because he played at my high school, and no one knows that.
Yeah, this was made for television. It says it was 2006, made for television for a Sci-Fi Channel.
Maybe we did see it then, because we spent a lot of afternoons scrolling through Channel 59.
Mary, this came out 2019. I've never seen this. Mary is a 2019 American horror film directed by Micah Go. A family renovates a boat in hopes of starting a boat chattering business, only to find out the boat is haunted. Never heard of it.
That sounds cool.
And look, it stars Gary Oldman.
Wow, that's very cool. That was under the radar. I'm gonna have to look into that. Very cool.
2019. That's 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It says here it's streaming on Hulu.
Dope.
Okay. 47 meters down, uncaged. I think that's the second one, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. Did you get a chance to see that one?
I saw the first one.
The second one was so dope. It even got even wilder, man. Of course, the cage falls. I think it falls down. No, the cage doesn't fall down. They're in like an ancient Incan or underground cavern system, and it gets really crazy under there. But yeah, it was actually better than the first one, which Mandy Moore was in the first one. But I definitely recommend it.
I always wanted to be the person that said, "Release the Kraken."
Yes.
Yeah. Clash of the Titans. Oh, what does that say? I love the ring, but the dad ready is a real ring. Good luck is real gold and real silver, and it's dope.
Yeah.
And then Cody wrote Lake Erie Monsters.
Yes, the Code Man. Code Man.
We won't get to the spear. The spear is on my Horror Talk channel. I put spear as one of the pictures on there. So I'm sure spear's got to be on here, but we'll find out. We'll find out. Bait 2000. Never seen this.
Decent shark movie, unless it's a different. I know there's a shark movie called Bait, but I don't really recognize those two people.
With Jamie Foxx, David Morris. The film was a huge financial failure.
I don't think mine was year 2000. Mine was like late 2000s because I was like in high school when I saw it.
Yeah. Well, it costs a lot of money actually to make movies out in the ocean. So I mean, you gotta, they're expensive. I mean, at the time, Waterworld was one of the most expensive movies at the time, and it was a financial failure, and a lot of people hated it, which I didn't. I liked Waterworld, but that's me. Shark Night, 2011. It says here Shark Night is a 2011 American 3D horror action. I don't remember this being in 3D.
I loved it. Yeah, it was 3D, like Shark Night 3D. That's how they promoted it, and it's my dream come true. You're in a lake and there's a bunch of sharks, and they find out these crazy fishermen have been releasing these exotic sharks into the water, and then they mutate, and it's just like a crazy breeding ground. There's some crazy scenes in that movie. I love it.
I would love them to do a modern day shark movie and shoot it 3D with the 3D cameras. Not like don't convert it over to 3D. And that'd be awesome to see underwater stuff come out in the screen.
That'd be
shot in 3D. I'm talking about shot in 3D. I hate when movies it says in 3D and you go in the theater. It's like, no, that was a shot in 3D. They just converted it over.
Right. They just made streaks into it and with your eyes.
Sea Fever, 2020. Haven't seen this. Sea Fever, the 2020. Oh, it's an Irish science fiction thriller film directed. So. Misfortunes of a crew of a West of Ireland trawler. Okay, so here's a movie called Sea Fever, but it's out in Ireland.
Yeah, I saw that on my research, but I never got a chance to see it. Yeah. So now that I know it's an Irish movie, I'm definitely gonna go watch it.
Yeah, that's what's cool about looking at these lists. You kind of get an idea, like, okay. Deep Star 6. You know what? kind of remember this because directed by Sean S. Cunningham is one of the directors of Friday the 13th movies. Producer, he was involved in Friday the 13th. So, but I remember watching this, but I can't remember a single thing from it. Deep Star 6 is an American science fiction horror film about struggles of a crew of an underwater military outpost to defend their base against attacks of sea monsters.
Yeah, I saw that on my research too. I don't think I ever saw it, at least as an adult. I know I haven't seen it, but I have to talk to my parents because it came out in the late 80s, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Sean S. Cunningham, he's the one that started with Minor doing the Friday the 13th movies.
That's dope. We always see correlation between horror movies.
And now Sean S. Cunningham is in legal battles about getting the rights Friday the 13th, so we get another one. Now, I do remember, I did see this in 3D. Piranha 3D is a 2011 American 3D horror comedy film, remake of 1978 film Piranha. It was directed. Yeah, they made the 3D one a lot more comedy and stuff, and it was a cool 3D movie.
Yeah, you got Christopher Lloyd, Ving Rhames. Who else is in it? I'm trying to think.
Cast featuring Steve R. McQueen. Oh no, that might be the original. Let me see Piranha 3D. Let me pull up an IMDb.
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd, Ving Rhames. Oh, Jerry O'Connell from Scream and Stand By Me. But yeah, that it's so funny, but it's pretty bad. But it's really a lot of carnage, and it's a cool idea. There's a break like in the tectonic plate, and it opens up, and then these 2 million year old rare piranhas come out, and they basically eat everybody. And there's a bunch of spring breakers because there's one scene that they're like telling people to get out of the water, and they're like, "What?" They're like, "DJ, turn it up," and then they all jump in the water, and then the piranhas eat them.
Richard Dreyfuss, Elizabeth Shue. Okay,
yeah, Elizabeth Shue. When she.
And this is one of those rated R's, and they made it rated R with the blood and the sex in it. So it's that typical formula, that horror rated R formula type of movie.
Adult stars on a boat, it's always some porn stars.
I mean, it's not a movie that I'm going to watch every year, but if it's on, I might check it out.
Yeah, remember it was followed up by Piranha 3 Double D.
This one I've never saw. The Beast.
The Beast, Peter Brinkley, man. This is this is the same writer as Jaws. My boss, Bobby, loves this movie, and he actually bought me a copy of it. It's one of those TV limited series.
Yeah, it
was awesome.
Here, television movie starring William Peterson, Karen Martin Smith. Yeah, it's made for TV. It's 2 parts as a miniseries.
Yep, William Peterson. He's from Law and Order, and everybody would recognize his face right when you see him.
Based on the 1991 novel Beast by Jaws Arthur. That's what you're talking about, the Jaws Arthur.
Very cool. And you guys know about, male octopuses. If they don't mate, they will just continue to grow. And octopuses can still get through little holes. You've seen the videos. So imagine a male octopus that can get through all these crevices all around the world. It's very scary. Below. I actually just watched this like 3 days ago for the first time ever.
See, The Spear was cool. Bait is a good movie. The Reef is also a good movie. Yes, maybe they'll go on this list. Maybe they're all on the list.
I don't think Reef will make it on here. Reef is a good one.
Well, you never know. I mean, Kraken's on here. I would never thought.
You're right.
And who would have thought Below, a TV series?
Yeah, is it a TV series? I thought it was the movie. They rescue like 3 Canadian.
Oh, I was talking about The Beast. I'm sorry, The Beast.
Oh, The Beast. Yeah, it's basically a movie though. It's one of those limited.
Is 2002. It's a World War II horror film directed by David Torrey. It was written by Lucas. I've never seen this.
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime. It might be like Stars or something, but I have it on my Prime. It's basically about a submarine that rescues people, and then a bunch of crap starts going wrong, and they think it's haunted. And it's very interesting. It's kind of like The Abyss and Sphere and Below. It's up there.
Yeah, I might have to check it out. It also says number 14 of 22 best terrifying war horror movies. Okay.
Yeah, and it has a war twist to it, so it's pretty interesting.
I've never seen Orca. 1977. Orca is a 1977 film directed by Michael Anderson and produced by Dino De Laurentiis, which Dino De Laurentiis company is the one that brought you Conan the Barbarians, Flash Gordon. So, you know, he usually brings pretty good movies, but for whatever reason, I don't remember Orca. What year did Jaws come out? I wonder if this was like a movie made after Jaws.
I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to look. I have Jaws 2.
1975. Jaws, 1975.
Jaws
so this
2
is probably
1978.
this movie's probably based on the hype of Jaws.
Yeah, definitely. And just the orca is the killer whale, man. Everybody thinks, you know, Free Willy is friendly. Watch out, guys. I've seen a couple crazy videos of kayakers with the orcas, and I've been to SeaWorld. I definitely don't support SeaWorld, but it is amazing seeing those creatures, and I want them all to be free. I love Free Willy. Michael Madsen and the kid when he gets Willie to jump over. Oh, man, it's always been stuff.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've seen the trailers and never watched it, but I know what you're talking about. Like this one, I never watched and never seen this one. The Deep, 1977. The Deep is a venture directed by Peter Yates, based on a novel. Probably another movie that was just, you know, so close around Jaws, you know, trying to get that hype going. But I've never seen The Deep.
I haven't either, but it definitely looks like a cult classic. There's a couple on this list that I definitely have to dive into.
Yeah,
dude, next one, Triangle. Have you seen Triangle?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God, Triangle is such a good movie. It's about the Bermuda Triangle, and Melissa George is in it. And she starts kind of like losing her mind, and she goes on this yacht trip. And oh man, it's like a time conundrum. Like, definitely check it out.
It says here psychological horror film.
Yes, it is a mind F. It's dope.
I have to check it out. Yeah. I haven't even heard of it. That's the thing. I never even heard of it. Now we talked about the 47 meters down. This is the first one, which if you guys have seen it, probably most people, it's a good, solid movie. It was good. There's, you know,
I like when it shows them getting rescued at the end.
Yeah.
But it's actually, you know, the side effect to her, like, losing oxygen. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, no, it's not a bad movie at all. Dead Calm, I've never seen this. Dead Calm was a 1989 Australian thriller starring Sam Neill, which we all know who he is. Nicole Kidman, also. Wow. And Billy Zane. It was big. And guys, Billy Zane, I think he played a superhero movie back in the 90s. I can't remember which superhero
I think they're thinking of Dean Cain.
Oh, Dean Cain. Wrong Cain.
Billy Zane looks like the guy who plays the Mummy.
Okay.
He was in some kind of crazy TV show that these guys go down to like Costa Rica and get into trouble.
Got some good actors. Got some good actors in this. I just never seen it.
What's the plot about? Is it sharks, whales?
Dead Calm is a 1989 Australian film. Okay, it's based on a 1963 novel by the same name by Charles. The film was directed by let's see, directed by the film around the Great Barrier Reef. It was the first film for which Green Reveal composed the score. Oh, they don't really.
Okay, the Great Barrier Reef. There's got to be something to it. That's pretty interesting, though. Sam Neill, freaking Dr. Alan Grant, and then Nicole Kidman, you know, from The Others and Eyes Wide Shut.
And that's when I think she was getting her name out there, you know, playing in that movie with her ex-husband, Tom Cruise.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Days of Thunder. Yeah, Days of Thunder was first. Then Stanley Kubrick's Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh, wow. I have to watch Days of Thunder. I didn't know they were in multiple movies together. Makes sense, though.
Oh, you never even seen Days of Thunder?
I don't think so. What's it about?
Oh, wow. Days of Thunder is actually 1990. Here. It's a racing movie. It's about Days of Thunder. Tony Scott, directed by Tony Scott, Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman, Robert Duvall.
Dope.
It's about they needed a driver and he was like a street driver. He wasn't even really a car driver. Cole Trickle. I remember that's when he has that cool name.
So that kind of inspired Fast and Furious, you know,
of NASCAR racing. So it's a lot like Top Gun in a way, where it was the same kind of a formula where he's a hot shot. He thinks he's better than everybody else, but he doesn't even really know how to drive the NASCAR. He just knows how to go fast, and he gets in this huge accident where he almost died. Him and this that cool guy, that cool actor who played in Guardians of the Galaxy. He's that green guy. You'll know what I'm talking about. Randy Quaid's also in this, but who's that asshole guy? Is
it dude from Walking Dead?
Randy Quaid, Walking Dead. Yeah. He was Daryl's brother.
Yeah, Merle.
I'm trying to remember his name.
I always forget his name too. Michael Rooker.
Michael Rooker. Yeah, and then they get in this big accident. And of course, he comes out of it, and then he becomes where he wins the Daytona at the end.
Yeah.
And then Nicole Kidman plays. She's his doctor.
That's dope.
Yeah.
You said Tony Scott, directed it. He
directed it. Yeah.
Deja Vu. And you know about Tony Scott. He killed himself. He jumped off a bridge. He had some crazy things going on in his mind. He's Ridley Scott's brother. Ridley Scott's the guy that made Prometheus and Alien and all the other crazy classics. Tony Scott had crazy style. All his movies were like boom, 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 so many cuts. It really took you on a trip. So rest in peace, Tony Scott. His movies are crazy. So I'll definitely watch that.
The Phantom. That's the name of it. The Phantom. Yeah, they played the Phantom. Yeah, that. Yeah, hey, that was an early '90s attempt of bringing superheroes to the big screen. So
Skechers and cheese and chocolate. They always got our bag.
Yeah. So yeah, the Phantom. That was what I was thinking of. Hey, they tried. It didn't work out too well. Demon's Night. Isn't it Demon's Night part of the Tales of the Crypt? They made it into a movie. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, that was good. Now here's somebody said Spear earlier. I knew Spear would be on this list. 1998, Barry Levinson, which is huge. He's a huge director. Spear is a 1998 science fiction philosophical thriller. God, I've seen this once, but it was good. It actually has Samuel Jackson, of course. Well, Samuel Jackson is almost like in every damn movie in the world.
Yeah, he's scary in it. And then Sharon Stone and then Dustin Hoffman. I watched it like probably 2 weeks ago. It's an incredible movie where they go and find this spear, this perfect spear that has this special abilities. And, of course, they start going insane, and then there's other things down there. It's a very cool movie. It's very claustrophobic, but also very visual.
Yeah, God. I saw this on 1998. God. Damn, that's like over 20. God damn, we're getting too old. Now, of course, there's Underwater that came out in 2020. That's the girl from Twilight, Kristen Stewart.
Yes.
T.J. Miller, the comedy guy. He's also another guy who got himself in a lot of trouble with some stuff that he basically killed his career in Deadpool movies. He's never going to be in another Deadpool movie again, but,
Vincent Cassel is the true star. He's the older gentleman in that movie. He is in the movie called La Haine, which is like the best French movie ever, which means hate. It's all about a revolution. I encourage everybody to watch it because these times are coming to when we have to start making decisions. But he's also in the movie called Trans. You should watch Trans if you haven't seen it. James McAvoy's in it. It's about a painting that goes missing. It's like a $23 million painting, and they have to go into his mind to find it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Never seen it.
It's a good one. We were talking about Underwater, though, before this because this is the biggest, sea creature, Cthulhu, that has came out recently, and man, it is an incredible movie. I loved it, and I hope there's more just like it. I hope everybody sees it on the biggest screen in the darkest room possible because it is awesome. And Kristen Stewart, she's awesome, man. I loved her ever since Panic Room.
It just needed some sex in it. That's it. They had her in the sexy outfits, Only thing is they had her in the sexy outfits, but they had her with the butch haircut. They should have had only thing I said in my review I did a long time ago is they should have put some kind of strip club underwater. then you could make it rated R. Then you really got something.
Go see Valerian, City of a Thousand Planets, if you want to see underwater strip clubs. You can see Rihanna turn into a lizard and she dances on a
I
pole.
actually like that movie.
I love it too. It's hilarious. It's
a lot of people didn't like it. I thought it was pretty fun.
I don't like a lot of people.
I know. That movie was fun. See, Deep Rising, 1998. Deep Rising, 1998, American action horror directed by... I know I've seen this, but fuck, I can't remember this.
This is one of those, I was wrong about the reef. I see it popping up there before. I should eat my words, when you assume you make an ass out of you and me. But yeah, I don't know about Deep Rising. I don't know if I ever saw it. It came out when I was 6. I might have saw it on TV growing up.
Come on, people in the chat. You guys see Deep Rising? Was it good? I can't remember. Or maybe I didn't see it. Maybe I think I saw it. Who knows? But it must not have been that great if I can't remember anything about it. Slipping by to say hello. Well, hello there. She's a real medium. She's a true medium. She can actually see things. She could talk to things, and
it'd be useful to bring her out into investigations, when we go to paranormal spots or searching for Bigfoot. Tactical Mike and Christy, she's a Reiki master, and she uses her supernatural abilities to bring them in and also just call to the woods. It's all about connection to the frequencies and vibrations. Chris Hurley, The Walking Dead, when Daryl found his brother as a zombie because the governor shot him. And that's how he became a zombie, a part of the season of Michael Rooker. It's true.
Don't ring a bell. Okay. Waves, how you guys been? What film with Ed Harris when they breathe with embryonic fluid? Oh, that's The Abyss.
The Abyss. Yeah.
And I guarantee The Abyss will be on this list. It has to be on this list. If it's not on this list, I mean, this is not a real list.
Yeah, we'll contact the writer of this, who authored. Actually, it might be a collective. It might be.
I cannot remember it. You too, Hobbs. See, I know I've seen Deep Rising. I just can't remember anything about it.
It's a Mandela effect.
What's this? I have yet to see a Bigfoot ghost, but I'm open to anything.
Yeah, I was just talking about energy and just bringing in anything from the forest, of course. It could be a ghost. It could be something alive. Energy's never created nor destroyed. It always just existed. Well,
here's a question for you, Val. Here's a question for you. I mean, have you ever tried to look for a Bigfoot ghost? It's not something you think of, right? I mean, maybe you have. Maybe you have. I can't think, if I was a medium, hey, guys, let's go in the woods and see if I find a Bigfoot ghost. I mean, that would be awesome, right? But I'm sure it's not something you think of.
Sometimes Bigfoot will show up as an orb. If anybody wants to check out Tim T in Florida's channel, he has a clear video of an orb picking up a deer. Yeah, Christy from Where's My Sage. But yeah, Tim T in Florida right there. He has multiple videos of orbs acting very strange, picking up deer, and then he also has a Sasquatch that's cloaked, and it's like a big orb cloaked in the mist. So yeah, you just have to open yourself up to the wave and particle form because those creatures definitely have, And I would love to work with Through the Veil because she's been on a bunch of the chats from our shows, and I knew very highly of her.
She's been on my channel like 3-4 times.
Wow.
Yeah, she's good. I remember doing a show and she put in a chat like, I see a woman behind you. And the funny thing is when she said that, my brother who transgender himself into a woman just recently died. Was it him or her? I mean, it makes you think, right? It makes you think. Hello, everyone. Cool. I like those. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm sure they have a spirit. Never look really. I mean, yeah, that's not something you think about, really. You don't. Underwater. Like I said, underwater just needed a little bit more sex. It would have been extra crispier, but
Cthulhu had a bunch of kids, so Cthulhu was having good old dandy down underwater.
Here's 2010, The Reef. The Reef is an Australian horror film, which technically there's 2 horror films on this list that's from Australia, so that's kind of cool. It's a second feature film in an old group of friends who capsize while sailing to the Indonesia. Okay.
Yep, and they get stuck on this reef, and of course the tide's coming in. And yeah, the shark is very scary in that movie, and it's
not too old either.
It is a solid movie. It's number 11 for a reason.
Number 10.
Whoever directed it, I would love to see what other movies he directed, and just see because he clearly had the vision. He did it.
Well, let's see here. Here's The Reef. I'll tell you who directed it, or I'll look him up. Here, let me go to IMDb. And we type in The Reef.
If Lindsay Paranormal ever sees this, she's very into paranormal, and she plays hockey, and she's really pretty. This is me shooting my shot. I got the ring.
The Reef, directed by Andrew Truckee. Let's see. Andrew Truckee is known for Blackwater, ABC.
That's a crocodile. That's a crocodile movie, right?
Blackwater, maybe.
What's the year on Blackwater? There's a couple Blackwater.
2020. Blackwater Abyss.
Yeah. That's a sick movie. I did not know that makes sense.
And then he also did Blackwater 2007 and 2020. So that must be maybe
it's the sequel. The Abyss is the sequel. It just came out last year. That was incredible. But the fact that he directed The Reef, I knew it. He had the vision. If you like The Reef, go check out Rogue and Blackwater Abyss. Sick.
Yeah. Did you see the Bigfoot footage I sent you the other day? I did get your Bigfoot footage. I was actually saving that part of your footage. I was planning to do a Bigfoot show within the next 2 weeks. I'm trying to see if one of of course, Connor's always welcome to come on, but I'm trying to see if I can pull somebody from also another Bigfoot community to come on, to get even a bigger discussion on Bigfoot. So I'm saving your footage. Are Bigfoot Wookiees? Well, technically on a plane, the Wookiees, the Chewbacca, was designed from a dog. George Lucas drove around with his dog as his sidekick. He drove everywhere in his truck with his dog. So when he was designing Star Wars, he thought, well, Han Solo needs a sidekick. I'm going to design my dog as a sidekick. So technically, Chewie wasn't designed to be a Bigfoot. He was actually designed as a sidekick dog. So I don't know if that's the answer you wanted to hear, but that's the truth. That's where Chewbacca came from. A sidekick dog that he used to drive with.
I look at the Wookiees and the Ewoks as Sasquatch-type people, of course. Yeah. And then you have Yoda and Grogu as a type of elf being. But yeah, I definitely look at Chewbacca as a Bigfoot. Yeah. I don't say are all Bigfoots Wookiees. I say all Wookiees are Bigfoot.
I agree. They're more like Bigfoot, but he was designed from his side.
Yeah, no, I like that. That's the original origin. I definitely like that. But the Wookiees have a mind of their own. As you know, there's a comic book that Chewbacca and Han land in America, and then they get hunted because they think he's Bigfoot. And then there's a bunch of other crazy correlations to them and the Bigfoot people. But actually, at the Florida Bigfoot Conference, we heard audio, and there was one audio that the Bigfoot says, Wookiee. So that was pretty freaking weird. I would love to find that, but anybody watching, I know Tim T, that probably will hopefully jog your memory. But Tim T in Florida would love to be on the show, I'm sure. And he's a tracker and gatherer. He's casted more than 5 Bigfoot prints. He's found Bigfoot hair and also had them take his candy bars out in the forest and a bunch of strange other sightings and recordings of sounds.
Now, Velro, I went on the Mothman hunt that didn't pan out. But you know what? Just doing a hunt, just investigating, that's the fun in itself. I mean, I've been watching some of Connor's show on some Bigfoot channel, some people, and I've been that's what's cool about Connor and getting connected in the Bigfoot community. And I heard this one guy saying that he'd been on 1,000 searches, and out of 1,000 searches, he's maybe only seen 5 things that were evidence he thought that Bigfoot existed. 5 things out of 100. So, and Val, you even told me that most of the time you go on a paranormal investigation, most of the time you don't get nothing, but there's that one time that you do. So I say keep on searching. Keep on searching, because one day, that one moment, you're going to get something.
And Mothman's pretty mystical. He foreshadows bad things happening. So wherever she investigated, if it was Point Pleasant or maybe all the sightings up in Chicago or New York, who's to say it's not over yet? Her experience isn't done. Correct. And it will occur on many different realms, as the prophecies have told us. Thank you, Richard Gere.
A dog in Rogue One, Star Wars? I'm trying to think. Was there a dog that lived in Rogue One? Chocolate and cheese. Is that you talking about Rogue One, Star Wars? I'm trying to remember.
Maybe he's just messing with you, saying that Chewie actually lived in Rogue, because didn't it look like he was about to die at one point? I didn't know if that was Rogue One or
no, that was Solo. Episode. Yeah, he was never in Rogue One. Rogue One is when they still the plans.
Yeah, it's back in the day. Yeah, you're right.
The Mothman pizza was good. There you go. A Mothman pizza? What the hell's on that pizza?
Yeah.
What kind of spices do they put on a Mothman pizza? Do they put like red eyes? Like did they take like pepperoni and make sure it's extra red, like it's staring at you at night? I want to know. Cool. I love stuff like that. That's cool. Yeah, most times nothing. Yeah, but you will keep searching. You will. I wouldn't be okay with being on the show. I wouldn't be okay with being on the show. You would be okay being on my show? You would be okay.
Yeah, he would be okay. He would be fine with
okay on this show. Dude, we don't take anything. Hold on. Let me say it right. We do take things somewhat seriously, but we like to have fun being serious. So anybody's welcome to come on the show. Anybody. We all waiting for that moment. That's true. We are. I was in Point Pleasant.
Yep, right on the Ohio River, right at the headquarters where it all started. I'm from Ohio originally.
In the woods almost every weekend. That's awesome. Yep. And I'm sure a lot of the weekends you are there, Tim, and I'm sure you never found anything. But, it's just when you do, that excitement is just like, this is what makes it worthwhile.
Oh, 100%.
Not this weekend, guys. Next weekend, there's a supposedly haunted famous hotel up in Port Angeles. I can't remember the name. of the hotel, but there's supposed to be a famous haunted hotel up in Port Angeles, and next weekend I'm going up there.
Really? Are you staying?
I'm actually working on mapping out the Olympic Mountains of supposedly famous spots where people have seen Bigfoot and stuff. So I'm going to start doing some live footages out there, and but the only thing is, it's a little harder because I guess I don't have a lot of friends in a weird way. So it'd be my daughter filming, and we'll be going up there. So
my buddy Tyler, he lives on Mount Hood. So if you want to visit his camp, I'm sure he would definitely be down to host.
I know our good friend Chocolate and Cheese in the chat. I know he lives in Washington. I said, hey, Chocolate and Cheese, meet me out here just in case. Just in case you can run my daughter out so Bigfoot don't kill me first. Let's just say, laugh out loud. It's designed to look like Mothman. Look at the video, Eric. Okay. I don't remember seeing a Mothman pizza in the video, but I'll go back to it.
When I went hiking with Tim T, we actually captured this on camera, and he's going to do a breakdown here soon on his channel. But I see a large brown dark-haired beast, and you can see its armpit, you can see fur, the hair, and you can see its gray skin where the sun is blowing off of it. And
that's
he also got this strange recording. I just want to play the sound real quick. We actually didn't hear it at all until he played back the audio on his machine. and that's just so crazy. It was right after a girl got attacked by 30 hornets, and we saw a hawk with a broken neck.
And instead that is just right.
You'll hear it, guys.
I hate hornets. Things they always know so bad is because how freaking fast they sting you. They pop you so fast.
Could you hear that?
Yeah, do it again. I heard it.
I hate hornets. Things they always know so bad is because how freaking fast they sting you.
Yeah, I heard it screaming.
And no one heard that in real time. It's very crazy. We don't know if it was some kind of banshee screaming from a different realm or Sasquatch hitting us with infrasound. I really don't know what the heck it was, but it was an interesting catch, and you guys could see it on Tim T in Florida on his YouTube. But yeah, man, there's more to come from many different more expeditions in Torreya State Park, Garden of Eden, and also Falling Waters, where there was a caped Sasquatch spotted. Very scary.
And then on Hobbs wrote, "I would love to go on the show, but He's saying he's boring. I am at the moment of dead air. But you know what, Hobbs? What you do, Hobbs, is you find like I always try to post these links early as I can. I know lately I've been like day before, day of, but when you see a topic or a certain movie topic that you like, that's when you can actually get more into it for yourself. It's easier because you can pinpoint a subject that you like, and that usually kind of helps. If you think you're boring, you're not a talker, but if you have a subject or a movie that you like, you'll be surprised how much more you will talk. And everybody's interesting. I've always said this, that everybody always has something to say. And you should listen to everybody. You don't have to be a great talker like, Howard. I love Howard Stern, but Howard Stern, there are certain people that have the magic of talk. It doesn't matter. You don't have the magic. Listen, my brother has the fucking magic of talk. My brother could sell fucking ice cubes to Eskimos.
Crack to an egg.
He could. Bob could. It doesn't matter. We all have a good time. That's all that matters. Mimicking a baby.
Yeah, it sounded like a baby's cry, and Sasquatch and other strange creatures are definitely known for doing that. They were definitely playing with our mind. Tristan, he saw a black mass out of his eye, and then after he saw that picture that Tim T sent us, he had like a crazy realization. He's like, I saw Sasquatch. And we actually recorded I recorded 3 videos of the footprints that we found, 2 together, and then another one, and then a couple other members of the group found a different one. So there was 4 footprints spotted, a bunch of structures. You just got to open your mind out there. You got to go to the right spots too. And, we do collective homes on the way there. And we always just open ourselves up to positivity. And Tim T, he puts his hand on trees and could do mind speak and just talk to the forest. And you have to open up yourself to these different realms and look at yourself as an energy being and not just a, body, just a shape. We're so much more. We're electric.
I'm looking at this list, and I don't know how Jaws 2 is even in the top 10. I mean, Jaws 2 wasn't bad, but I don't know for sea movies that what movie you're pulling up?
No, that was Jaws 2. It's just Jaws 2. Jaws 2 was filmed right by me in Western Florida. If you go to Hog's Breath Saloon, you can take pictures where they filmed the movie. I'm going to do a video there soon. I'm calling it just like I told y'all.
It's not a bad movie. It's just I just don't know if I would put in the top 10.
Yeah. Well, after the first movie, it got pretty bad. But of course, at least it still had the sheriff, and it followed the same story. It was memorable. I hope not to see Jaws 3D. Then we'll have a problem. We already saw enough Quades on this list.
Okay, now the Meg. Now, guys, the Meg is. There's different camps for the Meg, and I get it. I know a lot of people who love the Meg. I look at the Meg this way. The Meg, to me, is not at all a horror movie. At all. It's no horror to me in this movie. I feel like the movie's more of an adventure. It's a Jason Stratham. He's like the action guy. I feel like the movie's action. I felt I'm not trying to put the movie down. It wasn't a bad movie. I just thought that I was disappointed when I saw this big, huge shark getting close to the beach, and I thought he was going to have this big, huge buffet, and I thought he was going to eat everybody on this beach, just eat everybody, blood everywhere, and they didn't do it. You know, I even saw this little doggy swimming in the water. I thought that dog was going to get eaten by the Meg. So for me, it's not a horror movie. It's an action movie. Now, action horror can be the same, but it wasn't bad. But I wanted the bloodbath. I wanted that shark to do what Jaws didn't really do. You know, Jaws went to the beach, ate some people, you know, some blood. So, and you know, you're thinking the Meg, right? Steroids, double the size shark. I thought he's gonna go to that beach and just eat everybody, and it did not happen. So I was a little disappointed in that. Am I sick in the head? Maybe. I want bloodbath. God damn it! If you're gonna do a shark in the water, I know there's some blood in it. I know, but I wanted a fucking carnage. Yes, through the veil, laugh out loud, carnage. I wanted carnage.
Yeah, you can't kill all the sheriff's kids and all his friends. You know, it has to be a happy ending. I love when they electrocute the shark.
I wanted that dog to get eaten by that shark.
Oh, we're still about the Meg. My bad. I was talking about Jaws 2 still. Yeah, I know you're still mad about the Meg swimming under all those people. Yeah, I watched that again. I was so happy the Meg came out, guys. But I was laughing when I watched it last week because I'm like, man, I literally had a Mandela effect because the first time the movie happened, I thought he killed a few of them. But literally, I watched it after I've heard you talk about it, and I'm like, dude, this shark just goes right under them. Yes. But he does kill Rainn Wilson. Yeah. Rainn Wilson was on, you know, the flight list of
it goes from the beach, and then it goes into like the one-on-one fight with Jason.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, give me a bloodbath, man. Use that shark. Do it. You know, Jaws didn't have the technology, they had to use a robot shark that kept sinking in the ocean. You know, when they did the Meg, they had the technology, they had the CGI. Go fucking shark out.
Yes.
Shark it out, man. Shark
did you ever
out,
get
man.
a chance to ride the Jaws ride at Universal Studios, either in Los Angeles or Orlando? Did you ever get to ride it?
Oh, what was that again?
The Jaws ride at Universal Studios. Did you ever get to ride it?
I've been to Universal Studios twice. I remember. Was there a Jaws ride?
It was, you know, back in the day because now it's defunct. But
back in the day, no,
I didn't, like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I didn't go on it back in the day.
Got you. But yeah, it's
5 years ago. The first time I went.
There's a lot of good YouTube videos for it, but I love the Meg. The whole idea that you go into under ocean and see these other creatures, and I love when they have the first one dead, and then the second one comes and eats it. It's a dumbed down movie, of course, but it was fun. And you guys see my videos. I've held giant megalodon teeth in my hand.
It was, me and my daughter, because we had special passes to see it before it came out, because they allowing us to do text reviews for it, and my daughter kept hitting me on the side when I go, eat the dog, and when they didn't, and my daughter's like, Dad, why do you want to eat the dog? Well, because I wanted a bloodbath, goddammit.
I thought it was going to eat that little girl when it bit the glass. That would have been pretty cool. That would have been no mercy.
Yeah, that's funny.
I'm going on a deep sea trip on the 28th on a small boat, like 50 miles out. So pray for me, guys, in the Gulf.
Well, we should be getting into some really, really top-notch ones because now we're at number 8, Open Water.
Oh,
2003, Open Water, 2003, psychological horror film based on the true story of an American couple. I've heard of this story, but for whatever reason, I just never cared to put it on. Maybe I should. I should.
It's good.
But I honestly, for whatever reason,
for a first-time watch, man, like it's terrifying, and you just feel for them. They're left behind on a diving trip. Somehow it's miscounted, and they leave. So then they're just left in open water, and then after a while, the sharks start nibbling at them, and then they have hard decisions. It is freaking crazy, and it is scary. And it shows nudity at the beginning for you, too. So you'll be happy with that. But, yeah, it's an incredible movie. And my dude, Jake Gaylord, he freaking loves that movie. He's always was screaming about open water. It's terrifying. And then there's a second one. It's not as good, but it's very terrifying. It's not about how big the shark is. It's just you have nowhere to go. You have nowhere to go.
Open water with kids. You know, there used to be a thing in the past, guys, where like 80s and 90s stuff, they didn't really kill kids. But lately now, movies like the Netflix Fear Streets, I'm not going to talk too much about it because once we finish all three, Bigfoot and I, we're going to be doing a whole show just on the Fear Street. They go for kids in that one.
Oh, yeah.
Kids die.
R-rated R.L. Stein. Yeah. I love it.
Livingston, 1989. I've heard of this, but I've actually, for whatever reason, I never sat down and watched it. It's a science fiction horror film about hidden creatures and a group of people in a sealed environment. In a similar vein, such as film as Alien and The Thing. You know what? Oh, God. Have I seen this?
You may have. It was very popular. It's just like how the feeling I have. It's like maybe I have on the TV. I've definitely researched it. Leviathans are still true out, today. They're in the Bible. They're mentioned by all the tribes across the world. There's roots to reality in every single movie. Leviathan.
Yeah. Once I read it, it's like I remember. I just, like you said, I might have to refresh it, get it back in my mind. So, Lake Placid, directed by Steve Miner, who actually directed one of the Friday the 13th movies. Steve Miner is actually the one that's fighting with Cunningham for the rights of the movie.
Oh, wow.
So Lake Placid, I like Lake Placid. The big, extra large alligator, and that old lady's at the house feeding babies and stuff. That movie is fun.
Yes, that is a super fun movie. It's kind of like Eight-Legged Freaks, It's crazy carnage, but very, very fun. And yeah, there's a Lake Placid down here in Florida, but I think it's somewhere up north. What makes it even crazier that there's alligators. Very cool movie. I'm pretty sure Bill Pullman's in it, and he's in basically every cool movie. So yeah,
I think it was Bill Pullman. I'll double check. But
then they did cross over with the Anaconda series too, because they had Anaconda versus Lake Placid. Then they had Lake Placid Legacies, which is a precursor to all of the movies. So it's still going strong. Yes. They're still releasing movies.
Bridget Fonda, Bill Pullman, and Oliver Platt. Yes, that's right. Oliver Platt's in that movie. They're cops.
Yup, he goes down in the helicopter.
Yep. That's a fun movie, guys. I'm serious. If you guys never seen Lake Placid, there's some pretty cool little scary parts in it, but overall it's just a fun. It's got some cool little humor in it. You guys will enjoy it. Bridget Fonda and Bill Pullman, they start liking each other. It's that cool little movie where she plays like a little, I can't remember, but she's like a little bitch in it, and she has to like dumb down a little bit because she's out in the woods and all that. So no, that's a good movie, guys. You guys should see it. I love zombie movie and bloodbath in them state. I feel I'm a little sad that I have seen all these movies. Yes, I am a nerd and a geek. Dude, listen, Hobbs. A lot of us here, and I told everybody, myself growing up, we were poor. We're poor. Okay, we live in an apartment built next to an auction. Okay, we were the only white family in a Mexican community because we had no money, right? So my father used to drop us off at a grandparents' house in Fresno, and they lived by movie theaters. We would go pay a ticket. I'm not supposed to say this, and we snuck into like 4 or 5 movies in a day. So going to the movies was our vacation. I mean, it was, when you're poor, you don't get to do a lot of things. So movies was the excitement.
And don't worry, Hobbs. I got my crazy master list that I'll fire off at the end. So hopefully I can inspire you a couple of them that you haven't seen. I know you freaking know. You already know the truth about the world and everything. So you're diving in, man. So The Shallows, man. Blake Lively. This was an incredible movie.
No, it's a good movie. I don't know if I will put it up in top 10, but The Shallows, The Shallows 2016 American Survival thriller film directed. The film follows a surfer. Yeah, she gets stranded 200 yards Restore. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't a bad movie at all. I don't know if I put it in the top 10, but
it was very cool how just she had it timed up with the tide.
Yeah.
And some of the people that tried to rescue her, they got murked by that. Like, I remember the one scene that great white or whatever kind of shark it is just lifts him out of the water and just tears him apart. Like, it was scary. And, you know, I felt for Blake. I felt for her, man. I wanted her alive. But, yeah, it was an incredible movie. And you got a blonde-haired girl in a yellow bikini. Like, I'm pretty sure it was yellow. And if it was, oh, man, I put Ghost Ship on my list, too. And I was like, oh, I'm going to be fun and put Ghost Ship on
Number
there.
4.
I'm glad it is.
Number
There's
4,
another community for you. It's a ghost, and she's, like, decaying, but that's what it soaks you in, you know? It gets all the young guys. They're all like, oh, yeah, the girl. Oh, no, she's scary.
It's another Australian movie. It's an American-Australian horror film directed by Steve Beck. The film was shot in Queensland, Australia, and Vancouver, Canada.
Very cool. It's kind of like The Shining. It's like time travel, and it goes to when the ship was thriving and when they find it now, and they have a bunch of hallucinations.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, I need to rewatch it. I haven't seen it since 2002.
Yeah.
There's a lot that I got to re-see. Number 3 is The Abyss. I would have thought that would be higher. I mean, The Abyss, James Cameron. I mean, this is like a lot of different ways. It's a masterpiece of a movie underwater. I mean, just you know, them learning how to breathe with liquid, you know, testing it with the rats, and then seeing these. Remember, they're oil. They're an oil. They're oil place, and then another place I can't remember gets in trouble, and they get hired to do a job to help save some people, and of course, they see the lights. You know, it's just basically aliens and creatures from the deep sea. And there's actually a director's cut, and I remember there's a director's cut that actually had more scenes with the alien ships at the end. But if you guys haven't seen The Abyss, man, you guys should see it. It is a masterpiece of a movie.
For sure. Terminator, Avatar, The Abyss. That's the three-headed monster right there.
Yeah, it's not cheap. I mean, he put money into this movie. I mean, and it was different. I mean, it's about life form that was hidden in the deepest part of the ocean. People got to remember that there's parts of the ocean we never been to because our submarines can't go that deep because of the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So there's parts of the ocean that we never even been to. So who knows what's down there? There could be a Meg, or unless aliens coming from space, or they're already here.
That's what I'm always saying. They're from the other continents and the Middle Earth below us, and maybe, you know, in between you and me, we have reptilian eyes.
What did you say? The closing moments of The Shallow.
Reptilians.
That is true. The closing moments, The Shallows, is awesome. Yeah, when she timed it and all that, yeah, it really kicked in. I know what you're talking about with that part. Classic. It is a classic because you can watch it now. The quality of the movie, it still lasts. You can still watch it now. I think there's even a 4K version of The Abyss you can watch where they kind of take the colors and tighten them up a little bit.
Wow.
What is that? Was that a new one that came out similar to this? Don't remember the name. They have to walk the next station, and this thing hunts them down. Cool.
Underwater.
Underwater. Yeah, we talked. Underwater was on the list in the 20 section.
Yep, that was a good movie with Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, just needed the movie needed a little bit more sex in it, but that was it. That's the only thing. I would have put a strip club underneath the water, but that's me.
Maybe it's something with the water pressure or something. I don't know.
Deep Blue Sea, Samuel Jackson and LL Cool J. Wow.
Yes.
That's number 2. That's
and
wow.
Jane too, who ended up becoming the Punisher. And then the girl is like the most famous one in the movie. Like, I'm not even sure. I think her real actress name is like Monica or something. She didn't really even get that big, but you remember her last scene where she cuts her hand. Yeah. She goes in the water. Wow. They're souped up sharks. They've been training them and working on and modifying their chemicals and turn them into super predators. And then there's a giant storm. You remember what the tower scene and it's filling up, and then LL Cool J, he has a bird and he's the chef. It's such a fun movie.
Yeah,
and,
I'm just a little surprised that it's actually number 2. I could easily see in the top 10. Fun, good movie, but number 2, that's interesting.
Yeah, it creeped up. Of course, Samuel L. Jackson's scene when he's inside the facility and then the shark comes in through the pool and bites him and takes it back out. Oh my gosh, there are so many.
Is there a movie that LL Cool J's not in?
Right.
Not LL Cool J. No, I meant Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
Samuel Jackson is in everything. Of course, we all know what's going to be number 1 because we never saw it on the list. Of course, Jaws, number 1.
Yep.
Jaws is actually credit for 1975 to be one of the true first summer blockbuster. Back in the day, movies weren't really blockbusters in the summer, and when Jaws came out in 1975, technically Jaws was supposed to come out in the wintertime, the fall and winter. They never meant it for summertime, but because they had so much issues where they were the studio was going to actually take Jaws away from Steven Spielberg because he was still a young dude. He wasn't the Steven Spielberg as he was now. He was a director for a TV show. And when the cost overruns, when the shock didn't work and the delays, when they finally actually finished the movie, it lined up for summer. And it actually started the summer blockbuster because it was the first movie that made the most money ever for summer. So there's a lot of things. Remember, they had plans to have an actual shark to be seen, but they couldn't get the shark to work. The salt water kept destroying the shark, and they said it kept sinking. So that's when they came up with, well, you don't really need to see the shark. So they got James Williams that made that dun 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 dun, where they started that first scare without actually seeing, kind of like what they did like in horror ghost stories, where you hear the music but you don't see it, but that's what a scare is. So you can technically say Steven Spielberg is credit for the first blockbuster for the summer, and Steven Spielberg is also credit for the first PG-13 movie with the Indiana Jones series.
Wow. Too bad he's a bad guy.
Deep down. You're right. No excuse. Shock value. It was a great shark movie. No Exorcist shock value. Yeah, The Exorcist had that famous music in it. Yes, Williams. So the music defined Jaws. I mean, everybody knows the Jaws theme. I would say the Jaws theme is just as big as the Star Wars theme. I really do.
Yeah. It's so simple. You can play on a piano, too. You know, the girl from the very first scene, when she's screaming, she's actually screaming in real pain because the harness that was on her hip pulled so hard that it broke the bone. Pretty wild. Yeah.
No, it was. I know what you're saying. And I think one of my favorite scenes is just being on the boat where that captain's telling them the stories. Mm-hmm. You know, hearing the stories, you know, before the shark comes. I love it. It's like that first movie when they're talking about the shark and the captain walks into the office or whatever. I could get you the shark, you know? And it's kind of funny, right? You always saw the shark by the land, but in the movie to kill the shark, they're actually out in the open ocean. And that was because they tried it near the beach and it couldn't work. So they actually decided, we're just going to act like we're in the open ocean. We're not by the beach where we're seeing the shark, and we'll just kill him there. So
it's funny how they hunt it down, and but you always know there's more sharks, and I hope they continue the Jaws movies and maybe make a TV show now that they could get some money and actors behind it. It would be very cool. I loved where the second and third one wanted to go, but it just didn't get there all the way.
I've heard this comment a lot from a lot of people saying Jaws is what the movie they credited them for not wanting to go into the ocean. That was never an issue for me. I'm living in California. We always went to the ocean. I knew there ain't gonna be no sharks in that ocean, but
the sharks are out there for sure. But you have a better chance of getting electrocuted than a shark attack. Like there's so many videos of scuba divers just swimming with sharks and they don't attack you. It's just like snakes. If you don't provoke them or if you're not bleeding, they're not going to look at you like a meal. But if you're, swooping around like a freaking dork, they might want to take a little nibble.
Amazing you guys can remember so many movies. I know, guys. I know. We're all dorks.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, listen, a lot of us have ADHD. A lot of us have things where, for me, my brain moves a lot, and all that. And a movie kind of calms me down where like when I'm in the theater, I can stop thinking about so many things. I used to have a problem as a kid where I couldn't sleep because my mind just would not slow down. It just wouldn't. So I used to have all the sleep problems and all that. But a lot of times I will watch a movie and I can escape the world. Once I concentrate in the movie, then I can actually fall asleep. So in a lot of ways, and I know it sounds weird, but in a lot of ways, movies help me go to sleep.
That's pretty cool.
I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, now you're just so tired. Yeah. I just want to tell everybody if they have the app called Letterboxd, it's a very cool social media app for people that watch movies, and you can log and review all the movies, and you can comment on your friends' list, and you can see what your friends are watching. You can put together a list, and you show your recent activity, and you can review. I of course, I don't review every movie, but I reviewed Jeepers Creepers, and I talked about how I went to the filming location, and I went to Zillafoot, and I said, I'm in this outrageous creature feature. Be on the lookout for a sequel. It got 68 likes, so 68 people heard about Zillafoot just from that. But Bigfooted Non, if you just search Bigfooted Non on there, definitely check me out. I have 2,283 movies logged, so that's probably 90% of the movies I've seen. Sometimes I'll find ones that I haven't logged that I've watched deep in the past, but yeah, I definitely recommend it. Letterboxd, it's a super cool app.
Yep.
And I'm trying to get Gypsy Road Eric on it because he watches a bunch of movies too.
Hell yeah!
But definitely check me out on YouTube as well, Bigfoot and Non. I hope someone can write down my channel URL down there in the chat because I drop videos every single morning investigating Bigfoot, paranormal spots, filming locations, Pokemon Go stops, and just urban legends. I'm all in it, man.
There we go. I got it right here.
Thank you, man.
I got it right here. And yeah, chocolate and cheese. I can't sleep without background noise either. I gotta have something on.
But I definitely chocolate and cheese and all my family here. You guys definitely got to carry over to my videos. You guys are good people. You guys know the truth. And
then guys, later tonight, I'm probably gonna be back on, not on the Gypsy Road channel, on just on the Horror Talk channel because I'm gonna be watching the movie Old tonight. The movie Old, if you haven't heard of it, basically it's about these groups of strangers that meets up at this beach section, and somehow they're growing old. They don't know how. So it's a M. Night Shyamalan, the guy who makes Sixth Sense, Signs, and all that. So I'm going to be seeing this tonight, and I'll let you guys know what I think. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'll let you guys know. So. And I don't expect bloodbath in his movies, but I expect that good twist at the end. That's what I look for.
You were pretty harsh on Escape Room, and that was cool. It's good to see negative reviews once in a while because you can't sugarcoat everything. But yeah, I'm really pumped for Old. It's going to be really crazy because you got one of the Wolf brothers. Yeah, Alex Wolf. He was the dude that's from Hereditary. And then Jumanji. Then he was also in Pig. I just saw Pig. I definitely want you to watch Pig. Nicolas Cage. It's kind of like a John Wick movie, but it's
we almost went to go see it on Sunday. We didn't. I know exactly what you're talking about. And it wasn't that I was harsh on Escape Plan. It was just the beginning was fucking stupid. The ending was dumb. The girl has no arc with the same act. She was the same way in the first one. I'm like, come on, man. Come on. After that experience, you got to be a little more tougher, a little bit more stronger. Not that little same old whatever. But beyond that. But guys, I'll let Connor have the last word because I got to get ready to go to the movies to see this.
Dude, it might time up that
I'll see you tonight.
I might be able to time up to go see the movies too then if we get out right now. everybody, guys, if you like what I'm putting down, check it out on Amazon. Monsters and Mysteries Around the Corner, Eerie Swamps, Road Trip to Eden, and then Big Brother, Bigfoot. This one's pretty funny. I signed it left-handed upside down one time, and it looked like I wrote the C word. And then I used this one to show off a few times, so I had to do extra scribbles just so it didn't look like that. So this is like a one-of-a-kind signature. But I've been doing these readings out in the woods that I read a chapter at a time. I hope all you guys can, buy a book and then read along with me because there's some magic in it, man. Let's take our times back to storytelling. I'm on the front page for something, man. Tell everybody that Bigfoot is real. Heaven is real. There's a creator above. There is a devil below. We have to watch out, guys. Be safe. Keep your eyes peeled. Look into Missing 411 and always tune in to Gypsy Road. It's nice to have a little family here.
And somebody says you're awesome. Chocolate and Cheese, who's a fellow guy. He lives in Washington, like I do. So he just subbed your channel. And yeah, get the word out, people. Let's get the word out of real people. I mean, he's not just investigating. He's making sure he's trying to get newspapers, trying to get articles, trying to get this information out there. So he's just not sitting in the background and I'm going to go on this show. No, he's out there doing it. He's talking to people. I mean, to get a newspaper to put you on a front page, that's something.
Pretty cool.
That's something.
Let me do my master list real quick. Rapid fire. Creature from the Black Lagoon, Jaws, Deep Blue Sea, The Shallows, Arkansas Woman's Prison Massacre. I wanted to bring this up. This is one of the B-grade movies that's so bad it's good. This was filmed in my town at the Blue Springs Merritt Mill Pond. So when I'm going kayaking, I'm looking for the Cobra Gator and Arkansas Woman's Prison Massacre victims because these girls broke out of prison. They were some nice ladies, and then this crazy creature hunted them down on land. The poor girls couldn't get away. Go check it out, guys. It's hilarious, and there's a lot of adult stars in it. It was filmed at the caverns and the pond that I investigate basically every day. Super cool. Piranha, Pacific Rim, Open Water, Cold Skin. Cold Skin is on Amazon. It is about mermaids and sea creatures. Watch it. Everybody watch it. The Lighthouse, another one. Robert Pattinson and William Dafoe. They're lighthouse keepers, and Robert Pattinson does it with a mermaid. I know if you guys like him from freaking Twilight, go see him. He's the next
sex with a mermaid?
Yeah, he has sex with a mermaid, and it's super psychedelic. Go check it out. It is super crazy. And the mermaid's hot. Very hot.
I gotta see it now.
Underwater, Swamp Thing, The Meg, Cloverfield, The Host, the Korean version one, Sweetheart, that's another one, kind of like mermaid type people, Clash of the Titan, Godzilla, The Abyss, The Sphere, Anaconda 1 with J-Lo and Ice Cube and John Voight, and then Anaconda 2 with Morris Chestnut, Blood Orchid, the one that they grow forever because of the flower that cures cancer and allows the anacondas to basically live forever. Lake Placid, Prime Evil. Prime Evil is one of my favorite. It's about a real crocodile named Gustave. Water Horse, it's a Nessie movie. Incident at Loch Ness, Shark Night, Rogue, Blackwater, we just mentioned it earlier. Crawl, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Fantastic Beasts, Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, 47 Meters Down, Aquaman, Luca, Shape of Water, Pirates of the Caribbean, In the Heart of the Sea, that's that Moby Dick story, Valerian, Rampage, Star Wars, when Obi-Wan is going underwater and they're being followed by the giant sea creature. Oh, man. I kind of wish they got him, though. Journey to Mysterious Island, Leviathan, Love and Monsters, great movie. The Third Chronicles of Narnia, Spy Kids 2, Below, Ghost Ship, Monster Squad, Ice Age Meltdown, Atlantis, Sharktopus, that's like shark and an octopus. Siren, another like mermaid take. Creature from the Black Lake, that's a Bigfoot movie, but it's from the lake. Nessie and Me, The Reef, Into the Blue, Sharknado, all of them. Dark Tide with Halle Berry. I went to the same college as her. Try to see. What up? Kon-Tiki, Finding Nemo, Shark Tale, Soul Surfer, the girl that got her arm bit off by the freaking shark, and she's still surfing. Blue Demon, Bait, Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. It's like a leopard shark. Very beautiful. Ice shark, dino shark, sand sharks, house shark, sky shark, tentacles, hammerhead, blackwater, she creature, Attack of the Giant Leeches, Sector 7, swamp shark, hatchet, Victor Crawley. He's a beast, but it's in the Honey Island swamp. Alligator, crocodile in the sewers, razor tooth, and deep shock. And, of course, Zillafoot. Oh, man, guys. I can't wait to see you guys next week. Hit me up on YouTube. I appreciate the subscriptions. You guys will get your money's worth. Let me tell you that. I'm doing it all, man. I'm interviewing people. I'm doing interviews myself. I'm the next Robert Pattinson, man. They hit me up to be Bruce Wayne in the next movie.
He is touching a mermaid there.
Yes.
He is touching a mermaid.
So
and guys, on Tuesday, in honor of the movie Old, we're going to do a whole show on M. Night Shyamalan, all his movies. And, we'll talk about what's the best ones, what's the good ones. Does he have his touch back? Is he back for good? Or is he on a downward spiral? Who knows? I don't want to say anything. I want to save that for next week. Beyond that, guys, I got to get going to movies, and he might go himself. And some of you, I'll see you tonight on the Horror Talk channel. I'll see you guys all later.
Peace.